Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to. I want to make sure my volume's working before I do this again. Um, so if there is anyone here live that can just let me know if they can hear me before I get going. Last time we had a little snafu. But welcome to Teachings with Jesus. We are on episode 13, and I have something important to share about our thoughts. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Thanks, you guys, for being here, and thanks for letting me know I can take my glasses off. Welcome, you guys. Happy Sunday or Monday or Tuesday, whenever you are watching this. I'm excited to share a little bit about what is happening energetically on the planet with regards to our minds and the spiritual battle that is playing out on the planet right now. I If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Hit the bell button. You'll get notified when I do go live. I do all of these teachings quite randomly, and when I feel the pull and the call. Also, check out the free meditations that we've already done on this channel. I think there's 3 or 4 of them. They're pretty cool. They're always about connecting into Jesus and connecting into the light of God. So today I want to talk about the infiltrated and really heavy, debilitating thoughts that a lot of us are experiencing or will be experiencing. I think it's important to point these out because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, if you're new to my messages, um, we are in a really intense spiritual battle. We've been in this battle for thousands of years. This battle is an energetic battle. This battle is quite simply the organic or the inorganic path, the God path or the path of infiltration, manipulation, programming, and the way in which we have been told this is what we do, this is how you live, this is what you experience, this is how you get rid of things, this is how you heal, this is how you fix, this is who you are. That's inorganic. Okay. And the organic path is that I am one with God. God moves through my body. God activates me. God guides me. God leads me. I breathe God in every day. I am a living, breathing essence of God, etc. And so there is this separation between um, the identification of who you are and who you think you are, um, uh, and the truth of who you are designed to be here on this planet. And that's what the evolution in human consciousness is all about. It is about walking ourselves back into this dance between human and God consciousness. That's what we're doing. So, what we're going to notice right now on the planet is that we are being conditioned and programmed to numb out. We're being conditioned and programmed to be in a numb, zombie like state more and more. We're also being convinced that robotic artificial intelligence is the path and it's the way, and it's going to help us. It's going to save us. It's what we need, and I think we need to be extremely, extremely aware of this as well. Um, so, with regards to understanding the spiritual battle, hold on a second. Um, with regards to, hold on, I kind of want to get more comfortable here. I have OCD when I do my cameras there. With regards to the spiritual battle right now, humanity has been pulled from your divine essence, your alignment with God, the truth of who you are. You've been pulled from that. You've been pulled from that, humanity has, for thousands of years. So at one point, we were in pure alignment with God, God streaming down into our bodies. We were living and dancing, breathing and moving with the essence of God. That has been distorted. That has been taken from us in a way. Yes, we're connected to that same light, but not in the way that we are designed to. So we've been living for thousands of years in a very distorted, very unnatural way. Every thought you have is unnatural. Every emotion you have that you're trying to kind of fix, get rid of, navigate is unnatural. Every behavior that keeps you in looping, an addiction, those types of things, it's unnatural. It's a very unnatural way of being right now. And humanity is beginning to wake up to this. But there is this tug of war that I've spoken about before, where the more that you wake up to what you're in and you wake up to God, the more you're going to be pulled back into the inorganic or inverted reality. The more your thoughts are going to get louder, the more you're going to feel the intensity of thought, maybe the intensity of emotions, maybe the need to control more and more and more. You're going to feel like it's getting more intense or it's getting worse. um, you're perhaps going to start feeling like there is some sort of battle that you are in. Not exactly sure how you're specifically going to feel it, but the more that you start focusing on God, the more that you start looking at what God is, where is God, how does God work in my life, and bringing that light of God back into your body, you're going to feel the battle. You're going to recognize this is a spiritual battle. You're going to recognize how human this actual evolution is, that it's not complex, that the last thing you need to be worrying about is the activation of your DNA and, all of the complex things that we think we need to worry about. th- th- when you actually recognize that what you need to be concerned about, what you need to be focusing on is the actual battle at hand, what is pulling you from your light, what is pulling you from your truth, it is truly that simple. First and foremost, we have to start inviting that light of God back in. Everything else is just, it's extra stuff. We have to start inviting the light of God back into the body. That is the foundation of what it needs to occur right now on the planet. When we start inviting the light of God back into our bodies, everything else that we understand, especially around the quantum piece, everything that we understand about our DNA, everything we understand about 2 strands and 12 strands, everything we understand about the advanced human, we start to begin to experience. Not because we have the knowledge of that, but because we are starting to embody and embrace, live with the light of God. A large percentage of humanity is missing this essential piece that is the beginning and the end of everything. It is everything, is bringing that light of God back in. Because, like I've said many, many times, thousands of years ago, that light that is naturally designed to move into your body has been distorted. It's been slowed down. Nothing else matters on this planet in this evolutionary shift other than that. If that begins to happen for humanity, humanity naturally begins to shift into or back into their natural state, God-like in human. So let's start with that foundation, which I continue to talk about, but it is extremely important to understand that foundation, to like literally tattoo that foundation into your awareness. Nothing else matters if that is not in the forefront of your awareness. The reason humanity has been controlled, the reason you are in suffering, the reason you have addictions, the reason you have trauma, the reason that we live in the way that we live is because we have been the light of God that is designed to naturally move into our bodies at a fast rate, like a shower, has been distorted. And as soon as we start to actually truly understand that, we start to say, okay, so that means that I need to bring that light back in at a rate that has been pulled from me. Let me start doing that. You can have all the knowledge in the world, which we do have. That's not going to evolve you. That's not going to bring you back to God. You can do all the activations. You can do all the upgrades. You can go visit all the fancy sites around the world. You can do all of the medicines. You can do all of that. It's not going to have a lasting impact because it's not addressing the initial problem. The initial problem that occurred 7,000 years ago is the faucet of God's light naturally designed to move into your body that was slowed down to a trickle. Start there. And everything else that you've been doing your entire life, you won't need to do anymore. The evolution in human consciousness, you activating your divinity, you coming back into wholeness with God is so simple. But we have been living in a distorted, inverted matrix reality for so long, for thousands of years, way before you were born into this lifetime. And this is the lifetime that we are beginning to wake up out of it. This is the beginning of the beginning. This is the beginning of the real intense spiritual battle. This is where we start literally energetically fighting against what has kept us separate from our truth, from our natural state of living. And so, right now, if you are like me, focusing on God more, bringing God's light back into your body, choosing God over everything else, trusting that, yeah, all these really complex quantum things that are out there in the world, yeah, they're there, but none of it is ever going to create the lasting, embodied change the way God's light does. You're going to start to realize it's all just knowledge in the mind or a quick clip, a quick moment of feeling good, of feeling elevated, but it doesn't last. The only thing that will last is the light of God entering back into your body every day, all day, slowly, as an inch by inch embodiment, activating your own divinity, which does all the other cool quantum things that you think you're in charge of. So what happens is that the more that we come to God, the more the you that's been doing it your whole life, which is the inversion, it is the lie, it is the illusion. The more you come to God, the more you have to let God do this. And the more that you let God do this, the more you will see the spiritual battle, the more you will see the split. The more you will feel and hear these really debilitating thoughts. Because the more God's light shines into your body, the more you're going to see what you've actually been in, what this whole planet has been in most of their lives and lifetimes. And you're going to realize the thoughts that have been controlling you, that have been quiet, you haven't heard them, they're going to get louder. The reason you haven't heard them in the capacity that you may hear them now is because, one, God's light wasn't emanating into your body the way it is now. And number two, you were distracted. You were numbed out. You didn't question the world you were in. You didn't question where they were telling you to go, what they were telling you to believe, what they were telling you to think. You didn't question all the systems that you just fell into, the educational systems, the nutritional systems, the religious systems, the governmental systems. All of those are systems. They are designed to keep you in check. Do this, do this, do this, follow this, believe this. And when you turn your back on all of that and say, I'm just going to go to God, the omnipresent holy light of everything. What happens if I just start focusing on that? If I just bring that back in, what happens? What happens to your life? What happens to the thoughts? What happens to the behaviors? What happens to people in your life? What happens to the way that you live? It's going to start to change you. It has to. And it's going to pull you out of the illusion. And it's going to get louder. These debilitating thoughts come in and they say, well, who do you think you are? Not for you. You better keep worrying about that. You better fix that. You better heal that. You better figure out the solution to that. You need to do something. Why are you not doing something? Don't you want to go out and be like everybody else? You should be doing this. You should be doing that. Those are the disgustingly infiltrated, flea-like thoughts, parasitic thoughts that creep on in, or maybe they don't creep on in. They don't creep on in for me. They just arise and say, "Hey, you still want to play in this? How deeply do you really believe and have faith in God? You can't even see God. You don't even know if it's real, Lorie. You could be making all that up." No, I'm choosing God. Hmm. Well, everybody else out here is doing this, 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 and talking about this, 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 and saying this, this, this. Really? I'm choosing God. Hmm. Well, what if everything goes to poop? I'm choosing God. Hmm. Well, no one else seems to be doing it the way you're doing it. I'm choosing God. People are like looking at you thinking you're weird. I'm choosing God. That's the spiritual battle. That's it. The whole entire world is going to try to convince you to not choose God or choose their God. It's got to be this way. The greatest thing about choosing God is that as you start choosing God over and over again, God changes you slowly. And when God changes you, it's like a little nugget of truth. You're like, okay, this is real. This is real. You get a little God wink. You feel a little different. You start shifting. You feel a little more calm. You just feel the presence of God. You know something big is here. And so you double down again on God. And then all of a sudden the debilitating thoughts come in, or somebody comes into your life and tries to persuade you of something else, convince you of something else. Or you get on your phone and all of a sudden you're going down some rabbit hole and you get off and you feel horrible, or you feel weird, or you feel insecure, or whatever that is. And then you go back to the foundation of what this is all about, the foundation of this moment on the planet. Whatever you're navigating, if you're in whatever you're navigating, I guarantee you it's not you. I guarantee you it is not your natural state. And I guarantee you that if you were to say to yourself, no matter what you're focused on, no matter what issue you have right now, there's a billion different issues we all can have on this planet, depending upon where you live, what country you're in, what your government is doing, what your family is doing, the money you have or don't have, the illness you have or don't have. We are all navigating a bazillion different things. No matter what we are navigating individually, we all have the same God light to turn to. And that same God light is going to impact us exactly the same. It's going to feel different. It's going to look different, but it impacts us exactly the same, just like we all have the exact same heart. We don't have different hearts. We don't have different lungs. We don't have different blood, meaning it is all designed exactly the same. Sure, we have different DNA, a unique way of signaturing ourselves in this experience. But when the light of God comes into every single human, no matter what you are navigating, It will bring you back to your natural state, which is my natural state, which is so and so's natural state, which is this person. Everyone's natural state is the same. It's living and breathing with the light of God, your divine essence. It's going to be portrayed a little bit different because you look different, I look different, I sound different, I have different characteristics, personalities. But the characteristics and traits of God's light is exactly the same in every single person. And the more you start choosing God's light to come in, not with an expectation, like, well, why am I not feeling something? Throw out the expectation, my friend. Have none. Have no expectation. Don't try to feel anything. It's not your job. When you have an expectation or an attachment, then you are basically saying to the omnipresent light of everything, which is also within you, I only believe you're true if. I'll only believe it if. There's no such thing with God with if, when, etc. Can't do it like that. This truth that will permeate the planet eventually is the truth that will free the planet. And the more that we can speak this, the more that we can just breathe this through as we go about the rest of our day. You go and have a picnic somewhere, you go on a boat ride, maybe you're going to go on a bike ride, maybe you're going to go watch a concert, maybe you're going to go on a first date in a little bit, maybe you have to go have a really tough conversation with your boss. Maybe you need to go look for a job in a couple of hours. Whatever your situation is, if you hold the foundation of what we are all in, no matter what, which is OMG, they have created the illusion of the life that I live, making me believe all of these different things in order to control me and to pull me from this light. And what if I do the opposite of what the world wants me to do? So the world wants me to continue to be in lack and in fear, in control, in this need that I need to be in charge, that I need to figure it all out, that I need to worry, that I need to strategize, right? And what if you go take that and you say, you know what? What's the opposite of that? Well, living in and breathing with this and walking with this omnipresent light around me. So I'm agitated, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated. Okay. I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm in love. Okay. Regardless, if my lens is on choosing God to be in the forefront of my awareness and not how the world wants me to be, how will things change? So I have these debilitating thoughts this morning, which is they're not mine. And they're a collective, there's this collective energy. I'm 1,000,000,000% convinced. As crazy as this may sound, I'm 1,000,000,000% convinced that the more you are focused on God, the more you are integrating God's light into the body, the more you are saying yes to God and no, the more you break free, the more you actually see what's going on, like the truth of it, not just the corruption, that doesn't matter. Not just the lies and the manipulation, that doesn't matter. If you see that they've been pulling you from God, and they meaning the energetic, demonic energies and bloodline families that have been running this planet for thousands of years, if there's an energetic awareness around a light that's recognizing what's happening, a light that's starting to choose God, a frequency and consciousness, there is this overarching grid system that works in a way that you can't comprehend or understand. And it's, like, designed to go in and penetrate the ones that are waking up. And I'm not talking about waking up to, "I am God." They don't care if you think that because you're not bringing in the light of God. So they don't care if you're like, "Oh my god, I'm God. I am God. I am God. I'm this, I'm that. Oh my god, there's all these things, and I'm gonna activate my 12 strands of DNA, and I'm gonna become this advanced fifth dimensional human." They don't care about any of that. You won't be infiltrated. Trust me. I've been there. I've experienced non-infiltration doing that. It is when you bring in the light of God, my friend, that you will be infiltrated. It is when you bring in the light of God and you choose God over everything else. You choose God over advanced knowledge. You choose God over the corruption in the government. You choose God over going down rabbit holes. You choose God over believing the limiting thoughts. You choose God over trying to heal and fix yourself. You choose God over all of it. You are they figured it out. They figured it out. They figured it out. Go in, target, and guess what happens? You're like, "Why am I having all these intense thoughts? Why do I feel like a POS right now? What is going on?" You figured it out. Welcome. You got it. Huh? Yeah. This is the game. This is the battle. Well, this sucks. No, it's freedom. It's freedom. But yeah, you're going to have to now choose God every day, all day. Now you got to go all in. Now you got to let God change your life. And now you got to watch the tug of war. Now you got to watch the pull. And the pull is very real. The light and the dark are very real. The pull is very real. The manipulation, mind control, and systemic programming that we have been through is very real. Every single tactic that they are playing is very real. Artificial intelligence is not good for us. It is the next little carrot dangling and pulling us out of uh, organic truth. Anything that is not organic, life, life force, life giving, authentic life, no matter what story you want to put it in, no matter what little box you want to dress it up in, the evolution in human consciousness is humanity walking back into the integration and embodiment of the organic, pure light of God, and let that light guide you. If that light says, yeah, go and play in the inorganic, artificial intelligence of all these robotic, non-sentient things, go ahead. I guarantee you God won't do that because it's not pure. It's not pure. Humanity is designed to live in the Garden of Eden, the pure deliciousness of organic life, life force, not machines, not computers. And unfortunately, right now, we are going down that path because we have a mind, we have complexity, we have knowledge, we have science, we have advanced technology from higher dimensional beings that we've been connecting with and working with for a very long time. And this is why I come back to the foundation that we really need to focus on. The foundation of everything. The foundation of everything is remembering what happened 7,000 years ago to us. And if you don't believe it, just look out at the world. How do you see the world going right now? Like, really look at it. We are waking up to what occurred thousands of years ago, this battle, this inception point of the spiritual battle, where we were pulled from the authentic, organic, soul driven, God ignited path. We were pulled from it. And we have been in a massive amnesia and brainwashing. And so when you start coming out of that and clearing your head and shaking your head and saying, oh my God, wait a second, what? You start realizing how challenging it actually is to integrate, embody, and walk with the pure light of God back in your body in a very loud, physical, pleasurable world. You get it. You start getting it. You start understanding. You start saying, "Oh, this is what it is." And it's not for the faint of heart because you do have to look at all of your behaviors. You do have to look at the things that you enjoy. You have to look at a lot of stuff, and people don't want to. They want to stay in the fancy, the complex, the the entertainment, all the other things. They want to stay in that, which is fine, but it's not going to benefit humanity. It's not going to benefit us. In the long run, it's not gonna benefit us. Eventually, we're gonna get tired of all the stuff that we're playing in. We're gonna get tired of all the things that numb us out. We're gonna get tired. We already are, but it's gonna get people are gonna get more and more tired. Tired of doing the same old thing and nothing changing. The same old healing, the same old looping, the same old behaviors, the same stories you keep listening to, the same rabbit holes you keep going down. Nothing's changing. Very little is changing on this planet when you do that, when we do that. We're not really feeling much change in our own lives. But when you bring in the light of God, you will. When you trust and bring that light in, you're going to feel massive change in your life. Maybe not right away, but you will. And you'll say, "Oh my God, wait a second. I've been doing all these things for the last 45 years of my life, thinking that it was what was going to shift me. And this is what it is. This is it." That simple thing, that simple awareness of looking up and saying, "All right, God, come back down into my body." Apparently, there's been some sort of infiltration, but I'd love to feel my natural state again, not because I'm doing it or I have some, advanced knowledge about this or that or no, but simply because I'm just walking back into my natural state, which is simple. And everything from there breaks me free. We're going to start noticing more and more in the world just the deception, the inauthenticity, the way and you're going to start noticing. I pray that you start noticing just how distorted everything is, and how beautiful life is, and how beautiful humans are. But it's all distortion. What am I listening to? Why am I listening to this again and again and again? Is it just for entertainment? Okay, great. Or is it actually to try to gain knowledge to help myself and heal myself? And then if it is, where's God? Where's God in the equation if we are all aspects of God? Why are we not living godlike? If we are all aspects of God in a human body, why are we not living more godlike throughout the years? Why are we still trying to find ways to fix and heal ourselves? If we are on an evolution, if we are ascending and we are godlike in form, why are we not seeing more of a dramatic or a drastic change? Like, why shouldn't there be some sort of measurement of like, yeah, I've really noticed a feeling state of being very different. Not because you're doing it or you're forcing something, right? Like, not because you're in charge, but because something bigger than you has taken over. That's the difference. You'll know it's God. You'll know it's your natural state when you're not doing it. That's when you know it's real. It's very tricky. If you think that you're doing it and you need to move forward with it and you need to figure it out, thank you so much for that super chat, Joyce Maria. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. If you think that you're the one that's moving forward and doing it and that you need to keep figuring it out, that you need to keep moving forward and doing it, then it's not the organic it's not organic, it's not actually God. When God comes in, God takes over. That's 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 what it is. When God comes in, God takes over. When God comes in, you realize, "Oh, this is God." And most of us haven't ever really felt that. I know I never felt it. I always thought that I was just God. And I was in charge of doing everything and making myself feel good and finding joy and all these things in the external world and really navigating my life through the way of like, well, I know this is the right way, this is the wrong way. This always feels good, this doesn't feel good. I'm going to learn how to do this and learn and I'm the one doing it all. I'm the one shifting and ascending and doing it all. And then as soon as I felt God for the very first time as this external light that came into my body, I was like, "Holy cow, this is not what I was expecting. This is very, 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 very different. This is truth. This is beyond anything that any human can get me to. This is beyond anything that any human can walk me into. This is bigger than anything that any human can heal me from, heal me into. This is it. And it's free. And it doesn't require knowledge. It doesn't require all these fancy words that are just like, enough is enough. By the way, you guys, thank you for that super chat, SVMMOZ. One last thing, you guys, and then I got to get going. Um, Somebody sent me a video yesterday or the day before. It was about this person talking about Jesus, and it was so complex. It was a I was like, "What the heck?" It was like way too it was overstimulating, it was a complex Jesus is this 12th dimensional open strand, Christos this and that, and I'm noticing that this man is reading, you can tell he's reading. You can tell he's almost robotic in how he's sharing the information. And I said to this person that sent it to me, I said, "You do realize he's reading from a prompter." Like, there's these ways in which people can now, read from a prompter while they're doing videos. So it sounds like they're just, like, crisply, just, like, beautifully speaking without any interruption. That's not normal. People don't talk that way. Have you ever watched somebody just talk, give a speech? Right? There is a pause, there's inflections, there's space between, there's a little bit of a mess up, it's human. We are starting to be programmed to not even recognize that this really kind of robotic speak that people are doing now, where it's like do 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 do. It's a rhythm. You're hypnotized by it. It's like beautiful because it's just like a song. That's not organic. You're being programmed into that. And now we are wanting that. So now when you listen to someone that's just kind of talking normally, you're like, "Huh, doesn't feel the same." I wish they would talk the way that robotic person was talking as they were reading off a teleprompter, reading what ChatGPT told them, so it sounds all cool and fancy. I'm telling you, we don't even see it happening in front of our eyes. If you bring the light of God into you, you're gonna see everything more and more. You're gonna feel more calm. You're gonna feel more peaceful. You're not gonna believe the debilitating thoughts, my friend. The dis-ease, the discomfort, the stress, the worry, the lack, whatever you're in, whatever you're experiencing, it is not too big for God's light. It is nothing compared to the power and strength and purity of God's light. If you need to sit for 5 minutes, push pause, and just breathe this light in, start doing it. Calling Jesus in over and over and again to help you through this. Jesus, help bring the light of God in. Help remind me that God is right here. It becomes very seductive to choose something other than God right now. It will. But if you're feeling these intensities and they're uncomfortable, that's a good sign you're leaning into God. Keep leaning in. Like, let God come in, let God come in, let God come in, let God come in. Over and over and over, God come in, God come in, God come in. I'm choosing God, 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 I'm choosing God. Where is God in this equation? Where is God in this equation? God, move into my body. I believe you, God. I feel you, God. I hear you, God. I know you've got this. I know you can guide me. I know you can walk me through this. I know you can heal me. I know that you are the answer. I know you're the answer. I know you're bigger than all of this. And then let God change you. This is the next level of our evolution. This is it. This is it. So just pay attention when you wake up in the morning. If you feel that weird anxiety, that weird stress, those weird thoughts like I had this morning, you're gonna have to, some of us are gonna have to fight for God sometimes. There are days where you're gonna have to fight for it, and there's days where it's just so beautifully there and you just feel it. But mark my words, this embodiment of this light is more magnificent than anything you could possibly imagine. It's don't turn your back on it, don't give up on it. Doesn't happen overnight, but it's more powerful than any thought, it's more powerful than any disease, it's more powerful than any fear, it's more powerful than any confusion, it's more powerful than any person, it's more powerful than any channeled message, it's more powerful than any higher dimensional galactic being, it's more powerful than any angel, it's more powerful than any addiction, it's more powerful than anything. And as soon as we start to have faith in that, everything changes. And this is what Jesus came to teach. This is what Jesus came to share. This is what he is saving us from. What he wants to save us from is what you think is real out there. The way we go out there to get fixed, the way we go out there to get healed, the way we go out there to feel loved, the way we go out there to feel, say, helped, the way we go out there to feel happy, the way we go out there to feel joy. Greatest gift we will ever give ourselves is to say, you know what, maybe, just maybe that's the trap, that's the illusion, that's the spiritual battle, and maybe it's all within by bringing that presence and essence of God back into my life as a presence, as a visceral, tangible nectar presence. It's a presence. It's not an idea. It's not information. It's not knowledge. And it's not from anything other than God. Nothing is more important than God. Nothing. And the whole world will remember this because it's innately within them. One last thing before I go is, as I'm editing my book right now with Jesus, the book is called Jesus Speaks. Um, he was sharing about how there is this, because this is our natural state of being, is to have this fluid light moving through us like a toroidal field of light of God moving through us. And we don't have that right now. As much as everybody wants to say we do, we don't, because if we did, we would be living very differently. So we're beginning to, and slowly, and it's a step-by-step process. But he was saying how it's innate within everyone to search for that. Even if you don't believe in God, there is something within every human that is innately searching for the meaning. They're searching for truth. They're searching for God. They're searching for fulfillment. They're searching for that. They're trying to quench a natural desire within them that can only be quenched by the light of God coming back in. So that desire that we all have, that we're all searching for, it's in all of us. And it's there because it isn't connected to that toroidal field of God light yet. That's why we're quenching it. That's why we're starving for it. That's why we're searching for it. That's why we are craving it, because it's not connected yet. The light of God, the way it's designed to be in the body, connecting into that search, isn't done yet. So that's why we're searching. And as soon as it starts coming in over and over and over, you stop searching. You are fulfilled. You're complete. You're now realizing you don't need all of these other things out there to fill you up. You're not searching for answers. You're not searching for healing. You're not searching for truth. It's complete. God's light satiated it. And so until that happens, this open desire for truth, for life, for the meaning of everything, for God, for all of it, what we're all searching for, will close up and be contained when God is fully coming into the body, filling this up. And not a moment before that. That is the natural design of your body. That's the natural design of how it all works. And we were born into this infiltrated spiritual warfare where this connection was infiltrated. And so what was once just divinely connected like this has sort of been like this, pulled apart. And so we're like, wait, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There's something I'm missing. There's something I'm missing. There's something I'm missing. Yeah, it's the light of God. Bring it back in. But I am God. I am God. I am God. But I'm searching still. If you were God, you wouldn't be searching for God, period. You wouldn't be needing to heal yourself. You wouldn't be trying to fix all these things. If you were God, you would not be doing all the things you're doing. You would feel whole, complete, safe, healed, good. You would realize you're in a spiritual battle that is going to try to pull you out of that through the mind, but you're okay with that because you are now connected in to the greatest power you have, the light of God. So now you're fighting against those forces with the light of God. But until that light comes all the way back in and fits back into that little craving, you're going to be searching. You're going to fall for those thoughts, right? And I don't mean you personally. I do it as well. I'm watching this whole thing, but what I am watching is how God fills me up. God satiates me. God has changed me in every aspect of my life, including relationships with men, which is a whole other story, but having the light of God fill me up now, I feel as though every pattern that I've ever had with men is gone. When a man comes into my life and is interested or curious or trying to open something, the way I respond now is the most healthiest, healed, aligned. I'm like, oh my God, this is a healthy response. Is this how healthy people in relationship are? And I didn't heal myself. I didn't fix myself. I didn't try to figure out what's wrong with me in relationships with men. Why am I choosing the wrong men? Why am I dependent? Why am I this? I didn't do all the things that I've done my whole life. I just started walking with God. And then when a man would come in and be curious, I would notice how different I am with them. It's a whole different game. And the greatest thing to realize, the most humble thing we can realize is that I didn't do it, and I didn't do it, and I have no problem saying that. I'm not disempowered. I'm not handing my power over to anything. I'm recognizing that when the light of God comes in, the light of God brings me into my purest divine truth. It pulls away all distortion, all trauma, all limitations, all of it, and it shows me how to be in purity from a humble place, not because I did it, but because the light of God coming into me did it. And that is where you are dropping to your knees saying, holy cow, this is much bigger than what I imagined. Because God heals everything. God heals it all. It's mind blowing. Truly, truly mind blowing. To watch myself be in new ways with men that I didn't try to do because God, I'm filled up with God. So it's like, unless it's exactly what I want and exactly what I deserve and filling me up the way God fills me up, I'm not available for it. It's like once you've been loved up by the light of God, you're not going to deal with any other if you're single, right? You're not going to deal with anything other than that same sort of um presence. Not that they have to be God, obviously, but like that same sort of worthiness. Um, it's crazy. All right, you guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day. Please pass this video on if there's anybody that's curious about if they're becoming more curious about God, if they are getting curious about Jesus, if they're struggling right now, if they're really, really struggling, if the things that they've done in the past aren't working any longer, if they continue to find themselves in loops, pass this video along. See if it pops anything in them. See if it resonates with them. We all need to remind ourselves and remind the people in our lives of the truth. You know, the truth is simple. The truth is easy. And yeah. Also, by the way, ps.com, I'm going to be doing a 1-day workshop in Dublin, Ireland, all about this, all about God. We're going to be bringing God in. We're going to be integrating God, embodying God, breathing God, speaking God. It's all about really dropping into the visceral physical experience of feeling God inside our bodies, inside the room that we'll be in. We're going to be doing a lot of meditation. We're going to bring Jesus into the room. I'm going to speak some Jesus to us, let him come through. We're going to do some uh, hot seats where I'll pull people up on stage, but it's in Dublin, Ireland, June 14th. The link to get tickets is down below. I encourage you to join. There's going to be some amazing like-minded people. And maybe there's you got a little hair up your little booty and you're like, you know what? I'm going to go. Why not? What else? What do I have to lose? You just take a little plane over to Dublin, Ireland, June 14th. It's going to be a really, really beautiful, beautiful event. So I'll leave you with that, and I'll see you for episode 14, whenever that is. More God. Where's God in the equation? I love you.